Hey guys, Michelle here with Mental Health Sunday. So last week I didn't do a video because it just didn't feel right. I felt weird about talking about mental health and what I usually come up with, and just because I felt like um, the focus, needed to be on Black Lives Matter. And although we have not stopped talking about it, I just felt like I wanted to, just kind of stay out of the light for the last week. Today I want to talk about um, overthinking, because it's something that I do a lot of with my anxiety. I feel like my anxiety is always like, this is not enough. You gotta do more. You gotta do, it has to be more elaborate, and it has to be fancy, and it has to be like fucking amazing. And that's kind of what's been happening with like my painting and my fabric painting and my idea of doing t-shirts. I've spent so much time like thinking about designs, um, and I'm just gonna be super honest, I lack imagination. Like I really do. Like growing up, I was never the kid that had like the greatest imagination and like coming up with like stories and shit like that. Um, which is also why for my writing I've never gone into fiction, because I commend the people that can come up with such brilliance. Um, yeah, so I've been like racking my brain, like, oh my god, like what should I draw? What should I paint? Like I don't know, like, oh, a butterfly. Oh, like that just seems so freaking boring. Like, you know? And in my head I'm just like, no, it has to be like crazy amazing. It has to be whatever, so that people will be attracted to it. Um, and then yesterday I did a post asking um, what I should paint, like to give me ideas, and I got two suggestions, and one was abstract and splattered paint, which, thank you for that suggestion, because that seems like the easiest shit like that I could do, because I feel like I'm pretty limited in my skills. So when someone's like, do a splattered paint, I'm like, yes. Like I don't need to practice for that. Like splattered paint, t-shirts done, there you go. um so that was cool. And then the other suggestion was like little roses, which was also kind of cool because I've been practicing them. But at the end of the day, like the suggestions that I got, and I was expecting something like specific or something like, crazy hard. And the suggestions that I got, like, were just really simple and really like basic. And I'm not saying that because like, oh, it's boring. I'm not saying that in a negative way, but it's just to show you that like your mind sometimes makes you believe that something needs to be like amazing. Like what is the definition of amazing anyways, right? um but my brain does, like, definitely does that. It's like, oh well, that's not good enough. No, it has to be, more than that. It has to be bigger. There has to be more details. There has to be like 20 colors in one drawing. And that's just how my mind works, because in my head it's like, you know everybody's done it. Like I want to be different, and I want to be unique. And in my head's always like, well, that's boring. Like people have done that. Like people do that right now. um but it's kind of like writers. And I've actually read about this because I was struggling with writing too, because I was like, has already talked about the shit that I would talk about. And I felt like, who the fuck's gonna, read my shit? I mean, there's like 20 other writers, and I'm like underestimating that, like, largely. But there's, millions of writers that have talked about the exact same thing. So my head's always like, no, you have to write something different. But I mean, it's kind of hard nowadays to come up with something completely different. I mean, so I was looking up about that. Like I was Googling it, and I was like, how do you get past that? And the best freaking advice that I read was that even though it's been done, and even though there might be like 20 to 1,000 other books just like yours with the same subject and the same like core story, and same thing with painting. Like, yeah, okay, you can go paint roses. Yeah, there's like a million other fucking t-shirt with roses, but the idea is that you are unique just by being who you are. So in correlation with that, your artwork is going to be unique to you. So even though there's like thousands of other artists that has done like roses or has done splattered paint or whatever, at the end of the day, whatever you come up with will be unique because you are unique. And I have learned, and I will, try and remember this, that for something to be beautiful and for something to attract like potential customers, it doesn't have to be elaborate. It doesn't have to have like all these intricate details. It doesn't have to be like super bright in colors. Again, today I posted a skull that I draw on a jacket, and a friend of mine was like, you know what, I like it black and white. I don't even care about the colors. And in my head, I was like, I need to put all these colors, and I need to do this, and it has to be this way. And it just doesn't. It just doesn't. And so I'm going to keep that in mind for myself, because even myself, I'm pretty like a simple girl. I'm like, I don't care of all the details, but it's hard when, that voice inside of your head's like, well, you're not going to attract customers, you're not gonna make money, you're not gonna be successful unless it's this big loud thing, and it just doesn't have to be that way. So pretty much my message today is to stop overthinking, because you know what happens when you overthink? You waste a lot of time. Was it last night when I was kind of like trying to think about design stuff, and like legit I was sitting on my couch just thinking, and then it's like I would look at the time and like an hour has passed by. Like I've legit wasted an hour of my life trying to figure out what other people are gonna like, and which is so fucking stupid, because I feel like I spend so much of my time telling you guys to be in your truth and do what you want and fuck the rest and fuck what people want. Just do what makes you happy, what speaks to you. And here I am, freaking wasting hours of my life wondering what people are gonna like. So I'm gonna stop doing that, and I'm gonna stop overthinking, and I'm just gonna stop thinking altogether, because when I start thinking, I don't get shit done. I kind of get lost in my thought process, and the more I think of things, the more I doubt myself, and the more I kind of like step back, because then I'm like, I get so scared, like I don't even want to jump into it. So I'm just gonna work on not thinking at all. So that's my advice to you. Don't think, stop thinking, and just do it. And you know what, if it fails, because I don't believe in failures, but if it fails, whatever, it's a lesson learned, and you move on and you just come up with other shit. It's not a big deal. But yeah, so action. That's my advice today. Action. Stop thinking. Simplicity and authenticity. Those are the things that are most important. All right, I'm out. See you later.